Africa, say it like a native. We're here in Kilifi, Kenya, on the east coast of Kenya, and today's date is July the 24th, 2023. We're here in this beautiful garden, BT's Resort, and it's owned by Mark Emmanuel
And BT.
and
Both
BT,
of us, yeah.
both of them. We're here to discuss the bridge to the west. This is not a bridge made with steel and iron, but this is an air bridge we want to erect from Africa to the Western Hemisphere. And with this bridge, Barbados can be the gateway. You know, when we came from Paris to Nairobi, we came on a Dreamliner, Kenya Airways. These airplanes travel halfway around the world without refueling. So it is easy. We can get the whole East African community. We can make Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya, the hub. So the people on the east coast of Africa, they will congregate in Nairobi. We'll fly from Nairobi because everybody's asking me. They want to come to the Caribbean. They want to unite the diaspora with the African continent. And this is serious, serious dialogue. We must do that. So again, Nairobi will be the hub. We met in Nairobi the hub, and the whole East African coast will congregate in Nairobi. Then we'll fly maybe to Ghana or Nigeria, whichever is better. We can also collect and refuel, then to the Caribbean. And Barbados could be that gateway, because if you want to go to South America, you're next door. If you want to go to North America, you're next door. If you want to go to Central America, you're all in the region. So Mark, what do you think about that? Does that make sense to you?
It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense to me because the more Bajans we get in Africa or in Nairobi, the happier I would be.
Right. But we want to bring because we've been exploited, we've been kicked down, we've been kicked around in the West. So it's time for us to wake up, like the so-called prodigal son, and come back home.
Yes, I know.
Look at the luxury, look at the
But
greenery.
Are you sure that everyone will be willing to say, let's go to Africa? You know, we got a lot of diehards in this world, you know, that prefer, even in Kenya, we got Kenyans who really prefer the West than Kenya. Basically, because we know, or you know, that they're financial immigrants. And they prefer to be there than here.
Right. But again, who, to you, like you say all the time, to each his own.
To each his own.
Who want to come back, let's concentrate on them. Because my heart and my passion is to see the black man reunite on his own land. We've been called everything except a child of God in the Western Hemisphere. So why should we take the exploitation and the disrespect when we could come back here and be full? I mean, you're a man here for 20 years and you're fully respected. You don't go nowhere, not even to Barbados.
Not even to Barbados, no.
So I mean, it tells me now that you're respected here and you love here.
No, but you know, I'm a Barbados. Well, not by birth, but I'm a West Indian. Put it that way. Now, even West Indians who go to New York take the American way with African people. So it's very, very hard to really explain to anyone why even West Indians go to America and have a hard line against Africans. That is something we'd like to know. Maybe because of lack of education in America. That may be one of them. They don't. Me, I was brought up knowing Africa, so I accept that. But they got a lot of Afro-Americans who doesn't know anything and who doesn't accept Africa as their home. That we've got to avoid that first.
Well, I will say this, and I will continue to say this. Ignorance is a dangerous thing.
It's a curse.
And I would prefer to be mistreated at home, in my own house, to be mistreated at your house.
Actually, that is true and that is good. But the Americans we were talking about, they were born in America. Even though they've got fictitious names like Afro-Americans, they're Americans. So how can you avoid that? There's no way you can avoid that. They accept it already and they took it already to heart. How could you got to get that education, you got to educate people to let them know, look, you're not American. You're not you're born in Miami, but you're still we don't have West Indian Americans, do we?
No.
Right, we don't have them in Barbados. But for Africa, they're labeled already. We've got to try and get rid of that label first.
All right, we got to wake up. We're going to
You
conclude.
wake up, educate the American blacks about about the blacks in Kenya, or Africa generally, I should say.
All right, we can conclude this discussion, and I will quote Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey said, "A man that does not know his history or his destiny is like a tree without roots." We got to wake up. We got to come
wake
home.
up.
Diaspora,
And
please come home.
And you started in America and the West Indies.
Again,
You start at the main root of it, and then you teach from the main root.
this was a dialogue between Mark Emmanuel in this beautiful garden and Andrew building the bridge to the west. I hope we can erect it. It's going to be an air bridge.
No, we haven't burnt it yet, but you know, it's